When you think about Adventure Time, you probably think of all the fun stuff, right? Bacon pancakes, catchy songs, and a boy and his super cool magic dog. You see, the first few seasons really locked in on this idea that it was just a cute, silly, and sometimes epic cartoon. But then season 5 hit, and things got weird. The show started getting into some really heavy grown-up ideas, and Finn was growing up too. The thing that nobody tells you is that this whole growing up thing wasn't pretty. In fact, it was super disturbing, and it all kicks off with the season 5 episode, All the Little People. This episode is the first big flashing red light. It's the one that makes you stop and go, wait, what? It's the moment fans realized Finn wasn't just a simple good guy. Here's how it goes down. Finn and Jake are just chilling. Out of nowhere, Magic Man shows up. This dude is famous for being a total jerk and doing things that make zero sense. He zaps Finn and Jake, knocks them out, and shoves this little wiggling sack into Finn's pants. Then he just laughs and says, I'm not coming back. So Finn gets back to the tree fort and dumps out the sack. And what falls out as well, it's a shock. It's a bunch of tiny living, breathing versions of everyone they know. A little Finn, a little Jake, a little Princess Bubblegum, a little Flame Princess, and even a tiny Ice King. Jake, being the smart one, is like, dude, we should probably not mess with these. But Finn gets this look in his eye. He's curious. And this is where it all goes dark. That curiosity turns into a full-on creepy obsession. He starts playing with the little people, but it's not innocent. He calls it chemistry, but what it really is a dark game of playing God. He starts setting up little romances, like making Lumpy Space Princess and Mr. Cupcake get together. But then he wants more. He decides to get, in his words, depraved. He builds a twisted love triangle. He puts the mini Finn between the mini Flame Princess and mini Princess Bubblegum. Then he forces them to have a cookie-sharing kiss, which, of course, turns into a huge violent fight. And Finn, he just watches, hiding under his covers, with this messed up little smile on his face. What many overlooked is that this entire episode is a giant uncomfortable metaphor for puberty. Finn is dealing with all these new strange feelings and impulses, and he has no idea what to do with them. His obsession with the minis, his private little experiments, his weirdo grins. It all points to a teen exploring private thoughts. But the problem is, his thoughts have real living people in them. He's not just daydreaming, he's forcing these tiny living beings to act out his twisted ideas. Weeks go by. The show gives us a time lapse. The tree fort is a total dump. Finn hasn't left his room. He is completely lost in this dark hobby. And the mini world he's been controlling, it's a disaster. Mini Lady Rainicorn is just crying all the time. Mini PB is all bulked up from depression. It's awful. Jake finally comes back and is horrified. He tells Finn, you crossed the line from weird curiosity into some dark, messed up stuff. To fix it, Finn becomes a literal god. He shakes the tiny world to connect dimensions and shows up as this giant, terrifying cloud god. He tries to apologize, but come on, the damage is done. He sets them free, but we saw it. We, the audience, saw a side of Finn that we can't unsee. We saw that inside this hero, there's this controlling, manipulative impulse that he can barely handle. And here's the biggest wow factor of the whole episode. When Magic Man first shows up, he says a weird chant, "Do what thou swill be the whole piece of law." This sounds like gibberish, right? Wrong. It's a direct, on-purpose twist of a famous, real-world occult saying from Aleister Crowley, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." That real quote is all about finding your true will and being free. Magic Man's prank was supposed to be all about free will, but Finn twisted it into the total opposite, control. That's an insanely deep and dark reference for a kid's show. Finn may have let the little people go, but that dark impulse, it didn't just disappear. So that dark, controlling part of Finn needed a new place to go, and man, did it find one. It found an outlet in his real-life relationship with Flame Princess. This brings us to the second and even more famous episode, Frost and Fire. If All the Little People was the creepy warning sign, Frost and Fire was the car crash. It starts with Finn and Flame Princess on a date in the Ice Kingdom. Ice King shows up and starts being his usual annoying self, teasing them. Flame Princess, who, as you know, has a very short fuse, just snaps. She blasts him with a huge fireball and kicks him clear across the ice. It's super violent. But here's the twist. The camera zooms in on Finn, and he's blushing. He's not just happy she stood up for him. He's getting this weird, intense rush from watching the fight. He liked seeing the violence between his girlfriend and his enemy. This is the show again, showing us Finn's messed up teenage brain. He's confused by these new feelings, and he decides he likes this intense feeling. That night he has a dream. It's a really intense dream. He dreams of being covered in fire. That's Flame Princess, and ice. That's Ice King. The whole thing is just a lot. And then a super important character shows up, the Cosmic Owl. This is a huge wow factor for anyone who watches the show. The Cosmic Owl only shows up in dreams there are prophecies. It means the dream is going to come true. And in that dream, Finn hears a faint whisper, "You blow it, huh?" He wakes up obsessed, but he's not obsessed with the warning. He's obsessed with the feeling. He wants to see that fight again. He's like an addict, chasing that same intense thrill. So what does he do? He makes another fight happen. He sets up a picnic and invites the Ice King, knowing it will make Flame Princess freak out. And it works. The fight is even bigger this time, and Finn gets his thrill. He has a second dream. This time the prophecy is way clearer. The Cosmic Owl just booms, "You blew it!" But Finn still doesn't get it. He is totally blind. He just wants more. The little fights aren't doing it for him anymore, so he does something that is just awful. He fakes hate letters. He writes one from Flame Princess to the Ice King, calling him a creepy wizard. Then he writes one from the Ice King to Flame Princess, calling her a hothead and making fun of her anger problems. You see what's happening? Finn has graduated. He's not just pushing tiny, helpless dolls around in a bag anymore. He's now pushing real people. He's pushing his friends. He's trying to start an actual war between two super powerful rulers, all just so he can feel a rush. And he was about to get the war he wanted, but he forgot about the prophecy. The war starts. Because of Finn's lies, Flame Princess and Ice King go all out. They are trying to destroy each other. The entire Ice Kingdom starts to melt, which causes a massive flood. It's total chaos, and Finn is right in the middle of it. He gets knocked out by all the steam. This is when he has the third and final dream. And this is the what TF moment. This is the scene that fans cannot stand to watch. In the dream, the nice, warm fire he connected with Flame Princess turns all steamy and gross. Then it changes. It turns into this creature. It's a hairy, whining, pathetic-looking man-baby version of Finn. It is just disgusting. It tries to get close to Flame Princess, but she looks just horrified and backs away. Then the Cosmic Owl shows up. He's not whispering anymore. He looks Finn right in the eye and shouts, "You blew it!" Finn wakes up, and he finally gets it. He realizes what he's done. He runs in, confesses everything, and saves the Ice King just before he's toast. But it's too late. The fight stops, but Flame Princess is just broken. She reads the fake letters. She realizes Finn knew all her biggest insecurities, all the things she hated about herself, and he used them to make fun of her and start a fight. The trust is gone forever. She looks at him, totally heartbroken, and says one of the most painful lines in the whole show. "You're a liar and a cheater." And then she dumps him. It's brutal. It's cold. It's final. As she flies away, even the Ice King, the guy Finn's been fighting for years, looks at him with pity and says, "You blow it, man." The prophecy came true. But here's the secret link. This is the one tiny detail that ties both of these messed up episodes together. What many overlooked is the voice of that man-baby. It doesn't sound like Finn, right? It's speaking in this slurred, high-pitched baby talk way. It's the exact same voice that the little people spoke in All the Little People. This was not a mistake. The writers were basically screaming at us. That man-baby is the dark, selfish, controlling impulse from the Dollhouse episode. It's the little people part of his brain. It's the immature, selfish, impulse-driven side of him. And it just grew into a monster that cost him everything. Finn lost his relationship, his honor, and his self-respect, all because he couldn't control himself. He lost everything, but the real question is, why did the show even do this? So why do these episodes even exist? And why do so many Adventure Time fans just pretend they don't? Why do they skip them on a rewatch? The answer is pretty simple. It's painful to watch. It's super uncomfortable. It just shatters that whole hero idea. You see, many people are crazy about Adventure Time because it's a hopeful show. Finn is the good guy. He's the mathematical hero who always tries to do the right thing. But these two episodes, both from the same writer, show us a different Finn. They show him as selfish, manipulative, dishonest, and to put it mildly, just creepy. They show him as a hormone-driven teenager who, for a little while, was the villain of his own story. Nobody wants to see their hero fall that far. And nobody wants to see him turn into a man-baby. It's just too cringy. But here's the thing. That's why these episodes are so good. And that's why they might be the most important episodes for Finn's entire life. This isn't bad writing. This is character development. Adventure Time was never just a silly cartoon. It was a serious story about growing up. And the thing nobody tells you about growing up is that it's messy. It's not some clean, heroic journey. Sometimes you are selfish. Sometimes you do have dark thoughts you don't understand. Sometimes you make terrible, friend-ending mistakes. The writers made a really brave choice. They decided not to skip the ugly parts of growing up. They forced Finn to hit rock bottom. They made him look right at his own toxic side, that man-baby inside him, and they made him lose. If you take out all the little people and Frost and Fire, the rest of Finn's story doesn't hit as hard. His depression, his identity crisis, and the way he finally becomes a real mature adult in the last few seasons, none of it would feel real. These two unwatchable episodes are the foundation for everything that comes next. They are the fire that burned away the simple kid and forced the man to grow in his place. Or is the key detail just that Adventure Time was never the simple kid show we thought it was? Maybe it was always a complicated, and sometimes dark, look at what it means to be human, just hidden behind bright colors and talking dogs. So what's the verdict? Were these episodes a brilliant look at growing up, or just a creepy mistake? Let us know, and don't forget to like and subscribe.